So you know how I coach the high school athlete classes? Like we do like speed and agility stuff.
Yeah, you do like junior high too. Everything right?
Yeah. So the other day I was coaching
Mm-hmm.
and I had like a busy week and like at any time. And I didn't have any clean underwear, so I just threw some shorts on.
You're free balling.
And I was like, I was free balling it. I was free balling it because I didn't have any clean underwear. So I was like, all right, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then I'm coaching. At the end of class, I like stretch them for like 5 minutes. And I get home and I'm like sitting on the couch and I'm like, realize that like something feels weird. And I
I
had
know
a
this is going.
massive hole right in my freaking gooch, bro.
Yes, sir. Dude,
I have
I
a
have.
freaking class full of high school girls and guys sitting in front of me and I'm demoing fucking stretches, bro.
Do you think you flashed him?
I don't know. Like I was thinking back and I'm like, fuck, dude.
Next
Like
week, cops
did
are gonna
all these
show up to
freaking
Brickyard. Some parents gonna show up to the freaking detective and just be like, "Yeah, you're under arrest for sexual exploitation or whatever."
Yeah,
Dude,
bro.
I
So
have a very
that
similar
was
story.
horrendous.
I
Let's hear it.
I I swear I wear through compression shorts faster than anybody. I don't know if it's like my big ass thighs or what, but I just put holes in my compression shorts so fast. And I would say shorts too. And similar story, so a bunch of my compression shorts just have holes in them, but they're my compression shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually have like shorts on too. It's just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I had got home that night after I was done coaching, and I had a hole right in the gooch of the compression shorts, and I looked and saw my regular shorts had them too. So I had double holes. And like I feel like I usually don't do like any static stretching that often because like I'm only with
Uh-huh.
them for like half an hour, so I usually rarely
Yeah.
do like any static stretching. But like that day, for some reason, I remember we did like just a little bit at the end and like holding like a butterfly stretch or something.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
just
Yep.
like, bro. I was like, I hope to God that I was hopefully covered up. Oh, dude, yeah, it's so funny. I'm like, oh man, I got to be careful about holes in my stuff.
Yeah, bro. So that was terrible. I like hope nobody. I was like thinking back. I'm like, I don't remember like any of them. Like, I feel like if one of them had noticed, they would have like started kind of like trying to look away or
Yeah,
like maybe
if someone
like
did
had like a
see,
slight reaction.
yeah, they wouldn't have said anything. That's the problem. Like if you were like with an adult class, like someone across it, someone would be like, "Bro, you're freaking nuts are hanging out." But if some high school kid, they'd probably say like, they wouldn't say anything.
And like if it was just guys, like I wouldn't even care that much. But like there was girls in the class, bro,
Yeah, dude,
and just like,
that's terrifying. That's terrifying.
oh, bro.
That's good. Yeah, I can relate to that. Not free
Oh,
balling. I would never be brave enough to free ball it, but that's
bro, you
funny.
know, like when I was on my like major, like trying to be as healthy as possible, I free balled it for like 3 years straight.
Because you heard that certain underwear was bad for your tea or something.
Well, just yeah,
Like
and
suffocate
like, dude,
your.
well, like sitting down all day, like especially if I was wearing underwear, like it just would like tie up my shit. You know how like sometimes we'll just get like twisted or whatever, or just like compression shorts just felt like it was like so constricting. So
When
when I
did
was working my desk, when did I stop? Like when I started going to Wasatch.
you stopped wearing it? But when did you
Oh,
start wearing it?
I started wearing it again when I started going to
Oh,
Wasatch.
yeah, good. That's good. That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't think
So
I did that. That's funny. I free
all
ball
right.
at home. If I'm home, I always free ball. I never wear compression shorts or
Yeah.
anything. But if I'm out, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I can't do that out in public.
Do you wear like anything other than compression shorts?
Uh, I wear
Or is like compression shorts all you wear for underwear?
G's. No, just kidding. But
Jeez.
I wear. I mean, mostly like my regular underwear is compression like. So I'd say it's mostly just like compression shorts.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I would just wear like the same compression shorts I wear all the time when I
I
don't
don't
do
wear like
anything else.
loose boxers or
All right.
anything.
I got a few questions for you.
All right, let it rip.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
Is Roman Khrennikov the best overall at Ergs in the world?
No.
Stretching at the end of classes in an affiliate, yes or no?
Yes.
Is an ultra marathon CrossFit?
Yeah.
Is training, as far as what we would do or a trainer would do, the same for men and women?
Sorry, repeat that one more time.
Is training, or like if you were to train someone, are the rules the same for men and women?
I can only use one word.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say no.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's start with Roman Khrennikov. I think that overall he would, if you did a test, like a well-rounded test using only ergs, that Roman Khrennikov would be the best in the world.
I think I would choose Hopper, but I'm not dying
You
on
think
that.
Hopper? But you
Just
think
for-
it is a CrossFitter?
Oh, you're saying like it can be anybody, erg-wise? Oh, I don't know. I would have to imagine the people that are like, no, I think there's guys out there. I follow a guy, or I used to. That's
So
like
yeah,
a
I sent you
monster.
one today I want to look at.
No, yes, no. I was thinking just out of CrossFitters, but no, I don't think any of those guys are.
This dude rode a 218 marathon.
Geez, so what is that average?
It is a 138.
Oh my gosh, it's just disgusting.
What was Kalipa's average for the half marathon? Do you remember?
I want to say it's probably like low 140s, if not high 130s.
I'm looking it up right now. He had a 135
No, we didn't.
average.
Are you serious?
Is that true?
Dude, especially back
No,
in, what was
that's
it,
not true.
20?
That's not true. That's
Okay.
wrong.
Maybe that was for
So
his
118. Yeah. So 118 total.
Okay.
So what would that be for a half?
I don't know. That'll take me too long to math it. 13.1 or so. I don't know. Meters.
So that'd be a 240 marathon. So it's definitely way slower. That's crazy, bro.
Still. Huh. Dude, do you know? I guess I don't know a ton about it, but you know what the functional threshold on the biker, or I guess bikes, I guess.
So
Or did I say
Kalipa's was a
functional threshold?
151.
You know what
The
I'm talking
what?
about? The FTP on a bike?
I don't know anything about that stuff.
I don't know a lot about it, but is it functional threshold? Look it up. Look up FTP for me. But this is like the main for like cyclists and biking. This is like the main like test for like your output and stuff. I'll let you look it up real quick.
Functional threshold power. The highest average power a cyclist can produce for a sustained duration, typically an hour. FTP is used to establish training zones, which range from power output corresponding to different workout intensities.
Okay, yeah. So it's a 20-minute test, and it's your max or your average wattage for 20 minutes. Is that what it's? Yeah, 20 minutes. I still need to do one. I know Gage kind of did it a lot and like went on a progression one time of like building it out. But yeah, it just like shows you your freaking. It's like pro cyclists. Their freaking FTP is literally insane. I guess if you don't know about it, like your reference is crazy. But they did a FTP test at Dubai Championships last year, and they mandated that everybody did it on a 10 damper. Which would be hard. I think the winning score was like just over 300, like 310 or something. Guess what?
That's pretty good.
Guess what Jason Hopper, I just heard it on the podcast, his FTP is, I mean, I guess you can't really like know about it, but guess what his FTP was, his score?
What?
428 or something.
Jeez.
Which is like just insane. Like that should be the next thing you do. You should do it. 20 minute
20 watts, 20 minutes
average watts. I think, like, for instance, like Gage.
Do I have to do a damper 10?
No, you can do it on whatever you want. I think Gage, he got up to like
Okay.
290 something, which is crazy. Like, it's something I need to get back to. But yeah, Hoppers is like insane. It's like a 420 something, which is just
That's
unreal.
nuts, bro.
So, dude, he's just so
We did
good.
a while ago. I did a cycle of that Hinshaw row, and it was like all based off of 6 minutes average watts on the rower.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was at like 330 or something like that. But that was only for 6 minutes.
Okay. Dude, you should look into more. I need to do it too. I want to like pay more attention to like cyclists. Like, their sport, like their ability is freaking insane.
Crazy.
Like, their endurance.
Have you ever seen the
impressive.
pictures of like the sprint cyclists?
Oh yeah, but I'm talking like the endurance, like Tour de France guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I guess there's the guy that's at the top right now. I guess it's like not even.
He does like 40 hours of zone 2 a week.
Yeah, his zone 2, he'll do a 5-hour zone 2, and his wattage that he averages is like 350, which is crazy for zone 2.
What the heck, bro?
But I also heard something like those guys on like an Echo bike. I think it was Hinshaw talking about this. On an Echo bike, they can average for a half an hour, legs only, like an 80 cadence.
Hey, Daddy.
That's crazy. An 80 cadence for a half hour.
Yeah, legs only. Yeah, legs only. This is like endurance cyclists on the Echo bike for 30 minutes. They can just maintain that.
How long do you think you could hold 80?
With legs only?
No, just straight up.
Even with arms, 80.
Like 4 or 5 minutes.
I was gonna say a few minutes for sure. It would be uncomfortable. I honestly suck at machines. Like, dude, that's something Mike is so good at. Yeah.
It's because he's redhead.
4 to 5 minutes. Mike just told me he just did a 10-minute max cal test. What do you think he got?
On the bike?
Yeah, Echo.
Oh, on the Echo. 186.
Bro, you're so off. When's the last time have you ever done that?
No.
For reference, my best is 212.
Oh, I'm way off.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minute. The elite standard, it's like 220.
Oh. Yeah, I'm way off.
Yeah, so what is that, 20?
I thought that holding like 19 a minute would be good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I guess I can do that for, well, yeah, that was dumb.
But yeah, 220 is like the
he got what,
standard.
240?
He close. Yeah, he was like 237, which is so
Sheesh.
impressive, dude. That's like
crazy.
20. What is that? 23 cows a minute. 23, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so impressive, machine wise. But yeah, dude, the endurance stuff is sick. Watching those cyclists, and one thing I've been thinking about. At least tell me what you think about this. Is like, because I'm still on the fence, like about competing or not, kind of. But like, I'm still training because like I just enjoy training, so I'm always still trying to get fit. But like one thing I want to kind of place an emphasis on is, and something I heard some people talking about, was just like your zone 1 training, which is basically like your passive training, just like walking and stuff, and just like getting more walking in. It's like, especially where I need to like be so much better at endurance. I just like want to place a really big emphasis on like walking a ton, and like it's kind of nice because Kiana like wants to do like a walk like every night, and we've been walking like 2 miles a night like this whole past week. I just like want to see if it does anything.
Do you think that will help your fitness?
I'm just like hoping. Like, I don't think it can hurt it by any means.
Don't you walk a lot like coaching?
I do, and I feel like that's a lot of like zone 1, like probably zone 2 even. Like my heart rate gets pretty high coaching. Not high, but like relative, like zone 2. Like I'm up in zone 2 a lot coaching, which I do think is probably good. But
is zone 2 movement specific? I've always wondered that.
No, it's not movement specific. And actually, like I think we've talked about this before.
Just
Is
heart
like
rate.
people, yeah, get it mixed up thinking that it's just supposed to be strictly like aerobic, but like you need to like do movements at zone 2 because like you have to train your muscles in that heart rate zone so that you're actually like facilitating the use of it for contractions and stuff.
So it's like just working out in the yard. Would that be zone 2 probably?
Yeah, I think
Like
anything you
mowing the
do
lawn?
is, yeah, all of it has carryover.
Interesting.
So you're getting fit doing all your landscaping, bro.
Yeah. I think that if you did a test, that there's some chance if you include all 3 ergs and you included short, middle, and long time domains, that there's a chance, and mixed ergs, that there's a chance that Roman would win.
I think he'd definitely be up there. But I don't know. I just.
Or do you think, or is there just like some freaks out there that I don't realize?
There probably is. We're probably ignorant to like that world. I don't know.
To like the dudes who actually row and ski and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I just gotta imagine if you're like one of those elite rowers, like you're just as good probably on the ski erg and the bike erg. So I don't know. Those guys will definitely blow like Khrennikov and them out of the water. Especially because like those top guys are like 6'7", just so long.
Yeah. Like, do you think that like that guy who rode a 220 marathon, do you think he could just like murder a like 100-meter sprint on the rower?
Oh yeah.
Like compared to Roman?
I don't think it would be
on the bike.
I don't think it'd be that much separation. I just think because like you can only go so fast. Like, I just like, or you can only get so powerful.
Yeah, but I mean, like they could still get it down to like. Go ahead.
What's 100-meter like? 13 seconds.
What do you say?
Isn't like 100-meter row like 13 seconds, like top time?
Yeah. Well, I think didn't Brian Shaw do like some crazy?
I have no. Yeah. You're like super glitchy today for some reason.
I'm like my Wi-Fi or something's cutting out.
Your noise is fine. Your noise is fine. Your picture just keeps freezing, so it's not a big deal.
Brian Shaw. Let's see how 12.8.
Yeah,
Brian Shaw.
Around 13 seconds. That's crazy. And I know the top time, like when we're talking like sprinting on machines for like Echo 50 cal Echo, is 20. I want to say 27. 50 cals in 26 or 27 seconds.
Yeah, that was that. Wasn't that like college lineman?
I think there's a guy out here in Tooele. I think this guy in Tooele did it.
He was like a lineman.
Yeah, just some big boy. Dude, I did a 50 cal sprint.
Really?
I did a 50 cal sprint a few weeks ago. Did I tell you what I got?
No, you didn't.
You're lagging super hard. What do you think I got? What do you think?
48.
Come on, man. Give me some respect.
What'd you
get? 36.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I freaking hammered that thing.
That's fast.
Honestly, I think I would maybe get like 35
I feel like
or potentially 34 because the peg on one of the bikes broke when I was like 15 seconds in. And so the bike literally was like tipped, but I just like kept going and I was like on an angle because the little peg. So the bike was just kind of like doing this like hardcore because it like busted off. But like my power was already like so up there that like I was able to kind of still maintain it for the most part. That's why I say like maybe I could shave off another 1 second. But I was pretty happy with 36.
I feel like I talked to you a while ago and you were saying that you like did this once and like weren't very good at it.
Maybe. I think I did like when we talked about like doing repeats. If it's a one time, I can.
That was like a few years ago.
I can produce quite a bit, but I need to just get better at the more sustainable, like 85%. Yeah, but like
You know, my sister beat Annie Thor's daughter in that.
I think you were telling we were talking about that. You're saying how fast she did it.
Yeah, my sister did it in like she was 15. She did it in like 150 something.
That's wild.
Anyway, yeah, she's freaking crazy. Anyway, what else do we have to talk about? Oh yeah, stretching in affiliate classes.
Oh yeah.
So when
yeah.
I coach, I always do like 5 to 10 minutes at the end.
Yeah, it's
Like
great.
always. And I've actually heard a lot of people say like no, that's not like the coach's job or whatever. Like they're there to work out.
Like
And
who?
I'm like, I'm there to like make them healthier. Like, who said that?
Yeah, like anybody of relevancy said that.
Who said that?
I'm asking you, like, if any, have you heard
It
that?
was. I don't remember who it was, but I remember. Yeah. I don't remember who it was, but someone I remember somewhere. It was someone that was like actually pretty like high level. Then they were like, no, it's not. It's like they're there to work out, like not stretch. I don't remember who it was, but
how was a cool down and recovery not a part of like
yeah,
improving their fitness?
yeah.
And like I don't even want to get into the weeds of the people that are like, oh, static stretching is not beneficial or like not optimal. I hate that. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, static stretching is like just what's the word I'm trying to think of? That just makes you feel better regardless. Like if you do it, like you're just gonna feel better.
Yeah,
just because it's gonna loosen you up in some capacity. I don't care if it's not like the
it
most
might not
optimal
change.
thing.
Yeah, and it's just so easy. Like everyone can just sit down on their butt and freaking like touch their toes for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you know most people in the classes are so stiff. Like they need any type of little stretching or anything possible too. So yeah, I do. I wish I. My thing when I coach
Yeah.
is
So okay.
I do like to do it, but I get for me, I think I naturally do a longer like prep and activation to get them ready for the warm up, and so that I don't usually have as much time
Warm up.
to do it. So I would say more often I kind of put I prioritize the pre like dynamic stretching and like mobility flow to get them like prepped, opposed to the post. Not because I think it's bad, but just because I think I value the pre stuff more.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to show you this. You might have already seen this. I think I said it to you. This is the owner or director of WFP talking about.
Well, more.
I don't know if the. Tell me if you can hear this.
Can't hear anything. This is the like the bald dude talking about like the ultra marathon or something.
Yeah. So he basically, could you hear that or no?
No, but I just remember you saying it to me, and I saw the same clip.
Yeah. So he's just basically saying like that at the WFP events this year, they're going to be doing stuff that's not CrossFit, like an ultra marathon.
Not traditional CrossFit, as I'm guessing he's saying. But I mean, WFP is not CrossFit, right?
Yeah, and do you really think those people are going to want to do an ultra marathon?
No. It's just yeah. I mean, I understand.
Those are like
them.
all the athletes that wouldn't want to do an ultra marathon.
Yeah, it's definitely them wanting to try to just like be different for their competition, but like you're missing the mark because that's not going to draw eyeballs or get the athletes excited. I mean, yeah, they'll have to do it in some capacity because they're in a contract, but
I just think it's stupid because I'm like, dude, if anybody was gonna like do an ultra marathon and the athletes were actually like the type of athletes that are like down for an ultra marathon are the ones that are at the games, not the ones that are at freaking WFP.
well, I mean, for the most part, they're the same athletes.
Anyway, yeah, for now, so they have exclusivity contracts.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really interested to see
which I think
how
is coming up
the next
soon.
year goes with like contract renewals and like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that thing plays out over a 3-year stretch or something. Do you think it'll stay the same?
Oh,
Get bigger?
I think that next year they're going to try exclusivity, and then if they don't succeed next year with that exclusivity, like for some reason some athletes don't do it or there's some sort of issue with that, then they'll give it one more year of non-exclusivity contracts, and if that doesn't work, then I think they'll be done.
You think that they'll try to somehow, and this will kind of play a lot with like depending on who buys CrossFit, do you think they'll try to like combine with CrossFit in a sense to where the season's integrated better or
Maybe.
more?
Yeah,
I think like
I could see that too. Like if
I
they
think for the
kind of
best for everybody,
don't
that would
get
be
where they thought they were going to.
Yeah, I just think it'd be ideal situation probably for everybody. Just having it be cohesive, so it's not.
I just don't understand if they had this much money to sink into it. Why didn't they just buy CrossFit and then just make it the whole like do it the way they wanted to?
I wonder if they thought like just the branding of the name CrossFit was just tarnished too much.
They could have changed it and still held on to all the affiliates and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Like they could have bought CrossFit and then scaled down instead of freaking tried to have nothing and scale up. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you. So the other day I did a workout. It was 100-foot or 50-foot run, 50-foot sprint, 10 wall balls with a 20-pound to an 11-foot target.
Yeah.
And then 100-foot run, and then 10 wall balls, and then 50-foot run. So the idea was like I was sprinting and then doing 10 wall balls, and I wanted it to be like sub 1 minute or about 1 minute long.
Yeah.
And you said like, why didn't I use a 30? And then I was talking to Colby about it, and he said, why didn't I use a 30? Mm-hmm. But the point I was trying to get at was and I've noticed this a lot, whether I'm squatting 135 or 225, my speed of contraction on all of those is about the same. If I'm squatting 135, I actually don't squat it like the actual contraction that much faster than I do if it's 225. And I've also found that like if I'm doing a rowing workout and I have to use a different damper setting than what I'm used to, like I pretty much have settled on like 6.5 for most workouts. Like I just kind of put it at 6.5.
Yeah.
I found that if I put it at 0 or like 1 or 10, it kind of like really messes me up because like I have to just row kind of differently.
Right.
So my idea lately has been like programming a lot of workouts where the speed of the actual rep matters, because I just think it's something that like we don't actually train because we kind of subconsciously just fall into doing reps at the same movement or at the same speed. What do you think?
Are you framing that to like just like general population, like in the classes, same speed? Because I would say from a competitor standpoint, that's something like Adrian talks about a lot, depending on specific workouts and depending on like time frame of the workouts, especially on wall balls. Like I specifically remember getting ready for semis, we did a wall ball workout where he was just like hounding us on our cycle speed of the wall ball. Like as soon as that ball was coming down, like timing it, like squatting way before it hit our hands so that we're just like in the bottom right away, talking about like aiming for the lowest possible spot on the target so it comes back faster, and then like squatting as barely to depth as possible so we're not like wasting anything. So it's like I feel like wall ball specifically is one of those movements where it's like the cycle rate matters. And when we're talking about like cycling hang cleans, I can think of like when you talk about like going all the way down to the knee or keeping it up in the hip, and you're talking about like if you're pausing at all, and you know. So I think from a competitor standpoint, if you're not thinking about this type of thing, then you're definitely like losing advantage.
And I don't mean like little ways to try and I don't mean like little things to try and like skim away some seconds. I mean writing workouts to where the actual speed of like how you're like if I'm doing a 20-pound wall ball to an 11-foot target versus a 30-pound wall ball to a 10-foot target, the actual speed of my standing up of my squat has to be faster. And I think that gets lost a lot. And I think that it's actually pretty bad how often we just fall into doing reps at the same cycle rate all the time.
But how much
or speed of contraction, not even cycle rate.
How much of a difference maker, if we're talking about like general population, like how much of like a difference in adaptation do you think that really makes speed of contraction? I don't want to say zero, but like to put like much emphasis on it or like try so hard to like make it a point, like is it really moving the needle that much for just like random people? Like as a competitor, I understand, but for like people who are just trying to like do their GPP and get fit, like the difference between cycling a rep at 1.5 seconds to 1 second, like what difference is that going to make in their fitness overall? I would say not that much, I don't think. Not to say it can't be done. I just mean like, is it worth like putting the energy and thought into doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
And the only reason I say that is because anytime I've done it, it has like a completely different like post-workout feeling. Like after I did that running and wall ball one, it wasn't like I was like a normal squat tired. It was like my legs were just like wobbly, like they felt shaky. Not even like, not like a normal like, oh, I just did thrusters. My legs are like burning and like sore. It was like I felt like if I was to step, my legs would like buckle.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like works different. I mean, obviously different muscle fiber types, and like it's even just different neurologically of like, yeah. And so I think programming with doing something, forcing yourself to do a movement that you do often but differently is important.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. I think it just that naturally happens for like the more majority, like, and that's how the intensity like comes about is like the prescribed loading and whatever the movement is. Like, it's going to naturally happen regardless. So,
well, like if I had done that with 30, it still would have been like a hard workout, but it wouldn't have been the same because I wouldn't have been having to stand up so fast.
You really think
or like
10
jump?
pounds
like I was
would have
having to
made you
jump to get that bottom.
Didn't you say though, like for you, like no matter what the loading is, like the cycle speed is about the same though?
Yeah, but that wasn't loading. That was height.
I know, but I thought we were talking about like the difference between you not using a 30 and a 20.
Yeah, but if I could have used a 30 to a 10-foot, but that would have been, or to an 11-foot, but that would have been probably impossible for me. But I'm talking about the difference between a 30 to a 10-foot and a 20 to an 11-foot.
Yeah, I gotcha. I don't think, like I said, I don't think
so because it was a 20, so it was lighter.
Bad. I just
that means
to know,
I had to contract fast. Like I had to stand up.
What? Yeah, you were able to stand up faster. Yeah, no, I don't think it was bad. I was just like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think maybe I still think the volume though for 10 maybe it was a little low. 10 reps. I feel like how many rounds did you do of it again?
3, so it was 80 wall balls total.
20, 40. Oh, you did 30 around.
Or 60.
Wait.
60. No.
60
60
total.
60.
No, I mean it's still good. I think it's really good, especially when you're like putting the emphasis on like accuracy and speed, and so yeah, good workout overall.
It was kind of
so let's end on this topic.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then next time you can add difference between training between males and females.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let me see what you got to say about that. All right. Peace.
Yeah. See you. Bye.